2014 Mazda CX-5, got about 107,000 miles on it. My daughter's car, bought it for her. Very clean car. It's running rough though. We've had it for about 7 months, but guess what? I thought it was the spark plug, so I ran a little test using my little OBD2 reader. I got one on Amazon for $11. I already had another cheap one. I left it in my other daughter's car who's up at school right now. So I had to order another one. Went ahead and ordered spark plugs because I thought that's what it was anyway. So the car will run, but it's like it's in limp mode, either purposefully or because that cylinder's not firing. So it's either the spark plug on number 4, it says. The code said P304 or P0304. So I assume the spark plugs are 1, 2, 3, 4 when I take this cover off. So I'll take this cover off, which just kind of snaps on. And then I'll take the coil packs off, which I think is an 8mm socket. And then I'll take the spark plugs out, which I think is a 14mm socket. I'll verify that. Just look down the notes and you'll see what those are. So let's get started by just lifting up this cowling cover, and then we'll look and see what we've got. So you literally just put your hand right back here, put 2, and be firm and just lift up, and it will snap off. And these studs hold it on. That's why you just want to be firm but not really yank it. You can see that stud right there. That holds it on. Let's lay that out of the way, and then we've got cylinder 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is probably our culprit. That's an 8mm, and that will take this coil pack off. Of course, the problem could also be the coil pack, but I'm going to start with changing the plug. I'll just start with this one, see if the problem goes away. And if it goes away, then I'll know that that's the issue. If not, I'll change the plugs anyway because it needs a set of plugs. And then my next thought is that it might be this coil pack right here. All right, so I'll get up my 8mm, take that off, and just change that one plug. And I'll come back and do the rest of them to catch it up. I will say one more thing. Yeah, I got this 6-cylinder over here, and I think some of that Highlander, it's a great car, but I've been dragging my feet about changing the plugs because some of those plugs are underneath, are kind of hard to reach on the back. Don't you just love this? The more I think about it, the simplicity of a 4-cylinder car, especially these that have pretty good horsepower for what they are. Look how easy that is to work on. Simply use my 8mm socket. Took that out. Just grab your coil pack, and you want to take, if you've got an air can or something, blow stuff away. The thing is, you don't want dirt to get on down in that spark plug hole. So I'm going to wipe around there and then blow off again with, I may get my air compressor, but regardless, I'm going to try to make sure it's clean before I pull that coil pack out. Now that I've got that wiped off and then I blew around it again, I'm going to pull the coil pack out. And see, that goes right down on the top of your plug. Coil packs can go bad too, but like I said, I need to change the spark plugs anyhow because of the mileage. Right down there's your spark plug. So I've got a 14mm deep socket, which I'm using. I'm going to pull that out. But I've also got a spark plug wrench that has the ability to pick up a spark plug with a rubber thing in it. It's the wrong size of this, but I'm going to use it to lift this up in a minute. So this is loose now and the threads are still there. So I'm going to leave the spark plug down in the hole and switch over to that spark plug socket that's too large, but we'll still pick up the spark plug. Okay, now I put this spark plug socket on there that's 5/8, and it's got a rubber grommet in there, which will go down on the spark plug. You heard it. And I can finish taking it out. Easier to do with 2 hands, of course. The reason why I can turn it even though it's big is because that rubber grommet. I'm going to do this with 2 hands. Actually, I took the extension off. I'm going to do it with 1 hand to be careful. So I pulled that spark plug out, and the tip of it doesn't look too bad. You can see that. Put it on this background. It's a little burnt, but look at the electrode, the whole electrode itself up here of the ceramic. That's not supposed to be that color, so hopefully that is the problem. I've already got my new one here, and I put some electrical compound in here that'll work as an anti-seize. See it in my threads? That'll help me or the next guy switch the spark plugs one day. I pushed it back in here. Now I'm going to, by hand, carefully put it back down in here in the cylinder head and get the thread started gently. Reason why I'm getting it started gently is because you do not want to cross thread pretty snug with that rubber grommet. Now I'll switch to the 14mm socket. And this is just what I'm doing. The other idea that you can do is you can get a telescopic magnet and put on the end of them, right? But see all those threads that I'm turning right now? It's definitely grabbing hold, so I'll switch out my socket. And I'm sure there's a torque spec, but I'm doing it till snug and then another quarter of a turn. And then, one other thing I want to share with you. That didn't work. That spark plug wrench thing. What happened was then it was too binding. Every time I pulled it out, my socket would disconnect. And I need a magnet reach tool, but I don't have one. They're probably less than $5 at Harbor Freight. But I ended up making my own. I've got a very strong magnet right there at the end I put on the end of my socket extension. And I lowered the spark plug in and I just twisted it around. Same concept. Get it threaded and then tighten it up with the real thing. Of course, if you've got a real spark plug wrench that fits the 14mm, you'll be in better shape. But even at that, it pulled apart. So now that we've got that in there, we're going to put the coil pack back in. Now we're going to see if that fixed it. Hopefully it did, and then I'll just go ahead and change out the spark plugs on the other three, because it's kind of ridiculous to just do one when you know the other three are probably going to fail. Well, maybe I got that too tight. I don't want to crack that. Alright, let's give it a try. No telling what behavior, even if it fixed it, it may have temporarily, because the timing a little. Still running a little rough. I've had it running for about 15 minutes and it's not running any smoother. I took it for a short test drive. So, must not been exactly the plug. It seems like it's running a hair better, but it's really not. So, now it could be the coil pack is the next thing I'll test. And you could check the coil packs first, you know, since we already knew from our code reader that it was P304, P0304 was my code, misfire on cylinder 4. I could have changed the coil pack with like cylinder 3 or 2 or 1 and see if the misfire moves over a cylinder. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Without buying new coil packs, you can then see if your problem moves to the other cylinder. So that's what I'm going to do. So what we'll do is we'll change this coil pack with this coil pack. You got to take the plugs off because you don't want to switch plugs. Put a screwdriver in right here. And you push down gently. And then you pull out. Now you got those two. Take your 8mm and take that one off. Take that one off and then switch them. So if our problem after we use our diagnostic reader moves over to the next cylinder, you'll know that this bad boy, number 4, is the problem, because our problem will move to 3. All right, now that you've seen that done, I'm going to finish that up without the camera. That did it. The error moved from P0304 to P0303. So it's the coil pack. I'll have to order 1 set of 4 really, because they're just going to start burning out, I would guess. If one goes out, they all go out. So we'll do that. And here we are, less than about 14 hours later, through the magic of Amazon. Didn't even have to pay a rush fee. So I'm going to replace the bad one, which I now moved over to 3, as you'll remember, and get that hooked up. Can you tell which one's new? The shiny one. Now I'm going to leave it up to myself and you whether you want to replace all 4 years. I did order a set of 4. I'm not going to get into the debate about OEM or certain brand or things like that. I can link to a couple brands down in the description of the video if you want to see a couple different options. But now we're going to start it up and see what she does. Sounds really good. I'm going to take it for a test drive. I believe we got our issue fixed. Turned out of the driveway. It's running really good. Had no power at all before. Shifting through all the gears and everything, just smooth as can be. It was hopping all over the road before. So, what did we learn? We learned that I'm going to go ahead and change out the spark plugs, but that wasn't it. It was that coil pack on cylinder number 3, and we replaced it and we got it back up and running. I'm going to go ahead and finish the spark plugs up and everything, but that's how you diagnose when it's running rough, and also how to basically diagnose which coil pack it might be by switching out some of the known good ones. I used an OBD2 reader. You can get those off of Amazon, and I'll link to those below. The one that I used that gave me the trouble code and told me that it was cylinder 4 at first, and then it switched to cylinder 3. I'd like to thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Take care.